the whip finish tool, invented by the devil when he was having a bad day. Look at that, isn't that marvellous? I once thought of having some underwear made in this, and I thought, no, possibly not. And I shall use, of course, my best voiceover voice. Fully trained, you know. Oh yes, oh yes. You can now get an appliance, if you'll pardon the expression. I intend to show you, as I said before, some of my old tackle. Are you ready? Brace yourselves. Hello, I'm Chris Sandford. Welcome to another edition of Stuff. I've got some really good stuff for you today. I've been looking at a few books on the history of our sport. I'm going to show you how to tie the BBGB, the Bug Bond glass bug. It's the fly that helped us win the River Test One Fly competition in 2013. I shall then be showing you some of my old tackle. Don't get too excited. But before that, we have a lady in the house, Caroline Emmett, a very creative lady, and amongst all the other things she's doing at the moment, she's helping to edit Fly Dresser, which is the magazine for the Fly Dressers Guild. Every time I mention the Fly Dressers Guild, I say the same thing, and I make no apologies for saying it again. If you tie flies and you're not a member of the Guild, you really should be. Look them up on the internet. Okay? Right, back to Caroline. She's going to do something rather interesting. She is going to show us how to tie a fly using taser wire from a taser gun. I'll let her tell you all about it.
Thank you, Chris. These are taser bugs, and I'm going to show you how to tie them. I've started with a hook in the vise with a bead on it already. It's a partridge check nymph size 16, and the bead is just an ordinary bead, 3.3 millimeters or thereabouts. I'm using predominantly dull colours on this fly. So I've got an olive green thread, which I'm going to take down the hook all the way to about halfway round the bend in close touching turns and stop around there. The tail is made of chickaboo. Again, I'm using some olive green chickaboo. I've pre-prepared a feather here already, just taken off some of the fluff. And I'm going to tie the tail about 2/3 of the length of the finished body of the fly. Try and keep all the fibres on top of the hook and secure it with 2 or 3 turns. Trim off the excess. And then just take your thread all the way to the top of the fly in close turns and bring it back down again, just to build up the intensity of the colour of the body, because that is what's going to show through the taser wire when you tie it on. Now, when you get your taser wire, don't cut it to start with to get a workable length. Just pull it apart, and that way you'll get a neat tying in point at the end. The other thing you can do, just to get a more tapered body, is either run it through with your fingernails like that, or just take your scissors and just run the side of them down the last centimetre or so, and that'll flatten the profile. So tie it in at the tail and then take the thread up to the top of the fly, and then wrap the taser wire really tightly in touching turns all the way around the body. Now, the reason this is called taser wire is because it is real genuine taser wire fired from the stun guns that police use. Once you get to the bead, you need to wrap it round with a couple of really tight turns, because it is quite springy material. So you need to bed it down nicely. Then, taking a pair of old scissors, just snip it off. The last bit of the fly is some dubbing, and again I'm using a rather dull green for this. Put it on sparingly. I'm using seal's fur here. Wrap round 3 or 4 turns of the dubbing until you get a shaggy collar effect. And then just whip finish it behind the bead. And there you have it. An olive green taser bug.
Thanks, Caroline, really interesting. Now, if you would like to buy some taser wire, or you'd like to buy a taser bug, go to www.fishingclass.co.uk. That's Chris Reeves' site, and there you'll find all the details, and all the proceeds go to Fishing for Heroes, which is a jolly good charity. So if you fancy some, have a look. Okay, moving onwards.